The South African Local Government Association held its annual Local Government Labour Law Seminar. The fifth installment was held under the theme of unpacking the municipal sector productivity challenges and possible solutions within a labour relations context. We now speak to Zwe Ndlala, a Senior Manager, Collective Bargaining and Labour Relations, for more. Mr. Ndlala, very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Sim, and happy Palm Sunday to all Christians.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you so much for that. Now, you recently hosted a seminar. What were some of the challenges you discussed at this gathering?
We looked at the general outlook in terms of our municipal sector and packaged some topics that are relevant to those issues relating to productivity, issues relating to load shedding that is characterizing our environment, and generally looking at the labor law or court decisions that have been taken for the benefit of our municipalities.
What was the purpose of the seminar to start with?
The purpose of the seminar is simple as Sim. Our leadership that came into the office in 2022 adopted a strategy. Mm-hmm. A part of that strategy was to have a capable and a reputable local government. So you can only realize that if you continue to empower our leadership within local government so that they begin to do the right things. And you come up with the thought leaders who will impart some knowledge to our municipal officials as well as politicians within the area of labor relations.
And local government has been a very, I would say, topical issue in recent years. And, well, it's seemingly no end in sight for the kind of challenges that are experienced at local, local municipalities. So what solutions were brought forward?
We can only be optimistic, Sim, that one day we will manage to turn the corner. The reality is that currently, a lot is being done to change the situation within local government in terms of ensuring that the right people are employed and qualified people are brought on board so that they can begin to run those operations in a proper way.
Well, you're saying all the right things, but what has been the solution? I mean, that has been discussed, for the umpteenth time, but no solution seems to have been found. But what is the exact solution that has been agreed by this seminar?
What is important is that the theme of this seminar, as you have read it out, was actually focusing on productivity as an issue. As you know, service delivery has been a topical issue within local government to say municipalities are not rendering services to the community, which is a constitutional obligation that they have. So our seminar, therefore, didn't have less than 5 topics focusing on that area of productivity. Okay. Coming up with the best solutions that can be utilized by the municipalities to ensure that they deliver those services as expected by communities.
Right, right. And what has been your assessment then in the chaos currently happening on a municipal level in the country?
Our assessment, Sim, is that yes, there's a great deal of negativity in terms of what people view as the performance of our municipal sector. That is why SALGA as an institution, as an employer body for municipalities, will have to stop at nothing to make sure that some interventions are being packaged so that municipalities can learn from those for the betterment of their operations.
And the seminar comes at a time when the country is dealing with a coalition crisis and how people are impacted by this. So how are you dealing with such issues at hand?
Coalitions, Sim, is one of the issues that is one of the topics that were examined during the seminar. to the extent they impact on the operations within municipalities. As you know, once one political party or political parties have taken over from a municipality in terms of running that municipality, there's the so-called mayoral committees. Those mayoral committees are drawn from the political parties that have successfully taken control of that municipality. Now, when it comes to labor relations issues, we have an instrument that is called local labor forum, where issues of productivity, issues of employment processes that are running in the municipalities are discussed between management as well as the trade unions that are operating in that municipality. So now, when there is a motion of no confidence that gets passed against that leadership, it talks to dismantling that mayoral committee and also affecting the so-called labor forum, local labor forum I referred to, and now the processes must be started afresh. So we looked at the options then in terms of how do we get those operations running, despite the fact that there's been a political dismantling that has happened in that municipality.
And speaking of political dismantling at the municipalities, I'm actually glad you raised that issue. So how far is SALGA then in terms of realizing its goal of professionalizing, the municipal administrations?
This seminar took place at the backdrop of a professionalization in Ndaba that took place from the 8th to the 10th of March. At that in Ndaba, all stakeholders were brought on board, and serious resolutions and commitments were taken in that in Ndaba in terms of what each stakeholder is committing to do to make sure that the local government operations are actually professionalized.
We see that the country's big metros are in a crisis. I mean, the city of Joburg, the city of Tshwane, city of Ekurhuleni, and the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, they're all, in crisis. And in terms of consistency of administrations and these issues, all these issues which are mainly driven by politics are now affecting service delivery. Does SALGA then have the necessary political gravitas, or just, the necessary, does it have teeth in terms of ensuring that there is a strike of a balance between some of the interests that have been put forward by the political parties and, of course, the municipal administrators just carrying on their duties of providing the necessary services to citizens?
A lot is being done, Sim, by SALGA in terms of coming up with solutions that will deal with those issues that you have just raised. It's correct to say that a lot is happening in terms of the big metros that we have in our country, and indeed, SALGA has got dedicated working group that is focusing on the metros, looking at the metro-specific challenges, and also how to go about resolving those types of issues.
All right, Mr. Ndlala, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. We just spoke to Zwe Ndlala, the Senior Manager, Collective Bargaining and Labour Relations, on the 5th Annual Local Government Governance and Performance Management Seminar.